Good morning, everyone. Welcome on into North Dakota today. Well, the countdown is already on. Fall sports season right here around the corner, and that means it's time to schedule a physical for your kiddos. This morning we are joined by Dr. Drew Glogoza from Sanford to talk about the importance of timing and making sure our kiddos are ready for the fall sports. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Apologies, I have a lot of feedback in my ear this morning. My goodness gracious. Okay, let's talk about the importance of timing for a sports physical for the fall. What's going on?
So everything's getting ready to gear up. Most of the fall sports start beginning of August because they get a little time in before the actual season starts, so they're ready for all the heat that we have.
Yeah.
And this is a great time to start doing physicals so that everybody's ready in case anything pops up on the physicals that they need to have checked out more.
Okay, so what age range are we talking here when we talk about sports physicals?
So sports physicals are really, they're geared towards kind of that middle school, high school, college athlete age.
Okay.
Generally, they're just required from the organizations that you're participating in. It's a little bit of a risk mitigation thing for both sides, the organization and the athlete too. The goal of a sports physical is really just safe participation.
Yeah, okay, and I'm sure the organization would agree to that too.
Yes, absolutely.
So what specifically would a provider be checking during a sports physical for our kids?
So we review a lot of different stuff. We're going to talk about your past medical history, if you've had any surgeries, things like that. And then a lot of that's going to focus on screening your heart and lungs to make sure that everything is good with there, and then checking over your muscles and your joints. So,
you know, in the realm of physicals or sports physicals, is there a difference between an overall wellness check for a child versus a sports-specific physical?
A lot of times the sports-specific physicals end up focusing more on the joints and the muscles and things like that, whereas the well child checks, a lot of times they're going to really incorporate the immunizations. So if you're definitely due for those, sometimes it's better to get them done with your primary care doctor or your pediatrician, depending on kind of what age you are at. But we definitely review all of that stuff at the same time. Some of the stuff's just a little bit easier to get done at the well child check. And
what are some of the big differences in age, starting from youngest to college aged, for sports physicals? I
think, you know, a lot of times things have popped up or shown up by the time they get to the end. So when you are in your middle school or high school age, a lot of times that's when people are starting to maybe develop some pains and things like that we can help them rehab through and stuff like that. Whereas a little bit later on, people have had some surgeries, different things like that we catch on to. The other thing that changes is the social aspect of some of the stuff that we talk about, whether it's talking about depression, anxiety, different things that change as we get older.
That's so interesting that you brought that up because, you know, studies showing more and more younger kids in general just dealing with more or increased looks at anxiety and maybe even depression. So is that actually a major focusing point while you're performing these types of physicals?
I don't know that I would say it's a major focusing point, but everybody gets screened. Every single sports physical gets it, whether you get it from me or if you're getting it from your primary care pediatrician. We are screening you for those things to make sure that if something is popping up that we're trying to help you out with it.
Okay, and then how do we go about scheduling one or reaching out and finding more information?
So you can call and schedule in the clinic. We have a blitz next week in the evenings to try to help out with parents working, getting their kids in so that we can get everybody participating in the fall.
Okay, so it's coming up here quick. What are the details for that blitz?
It's on Tuesday and Thursday next week from 4 to 7.
Okay, at Sanford.
At Sanford, over on South University, at our sports and orthopedics.
Okay, parents, this was your PSA, your call to action. I just can't believe we're already talking about fall sports. It's already that time in the summer where kids are getting ready and getting back in that routine of, you know, hitting the football field. So let's just talk about, again, the importance of making sure you get your kids in here, get them checked out, and ready to go by the upcoming school season.
Yeah, it's really important because we really want everybody to participate safely. So this is just a way to screen through, make sure that everything looks good, get everybody out there so everybody can have fun this year.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, you know, the importance of our kiddos, very, very safe, very important. Okay, coming up on today's show, we have some fun concerts going on in West Fargo. You don't want to miss those details. It's coming up right here after the break.